So do you want to hear about the conference? I'll keep it brief.
Yeah.
So contrasting year on year, this is the time last year where I had my first real big round of conferences where I I went with the intention of telling people about things that I do. And I had a bunch of sidekicks who would make sure that I had like guide rails, and no one was really relying on me to do much other than just go and be personable, which I can do in spades. This year, no guide rails, no guide rails, just me doing the pitch for what my company does. And it turns out that the more I practice that, the worse it is. So trying trying to turn on the sales voice and say things like global technology company, open source. The one sales guy, the sort of older sales guy, he's like, do you know how much your voice changes when you do that? Can you do it in like your normal voice? I was like, first off, what? Does it? I was like, that's not my normal voice. He's like, no.
No.
No. Anyway, the important part is that um I didn't have to do much elevator pitching other than to say hi to people that I knew from the industry. And it turns out when you've done this for 30 years, that's like a shit ton of people. So I will tell you, I'll tell them my favorite story about how this rock star sales guy from one of my first companies, when I was just a little baby data manager who didn't know shit. I was walking with one of our big executives from this old company, and I knew the two of them had known each other because they were both like big time in this old company. So he's walking toward us, and he like ducks his head out to say hi, and I just immediately put myself behind my friend, thinking that the two big wigs want to talk to each other. And he's like, Christine. And I was like, oh,
Not at all what you were like.
no. I was like, oh my God, Doug, it's so nice to see you.
Yeah.
So nice to see you. No,
Inside, you were like,
right. Inside, I immediately went back to high school Christine, who would have been like, oh my God.
in the best way.
Right.
Like in high school, you would have done exactly that. But now,
Well, first off, I would have just turned around and walked away. But now I was like, hey, and it turns out that when you are personable and when you are genuine and when you are who you are and you talk to people, people respond. And I have maybe like 6 conversations lined up for after the conference where I don't have to be salesy, and I can just talk about what we do in in my normal voice.
yeah, in your
So
normal,
it like
non-pitchy sales voice.
yeah, the contrast between last year and this year is a level of confidence that I never really thought I would have in an industry full of super smart people. So I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back for that.
Amen. As you should. And also the industry that you belong to of these super smart people, like you're part of the super smart people.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, that is the
Yes.
level of confidence that comes along with that it's really nice.
Yeah.
So
So you've come a very long way. Like I said at the beginning of our last episode, I'm very, very proud of you for all the strides that you are making.
so true. So true. Also, still amazingly fun to walk around these conferences with James Booker. So, shout out to James Booker and his wife, Tiff, who are two of the most beautiful people on the planet, inside and
James,
out.
I would love to meet you, but
No,
she literally will
absolutely
not
not.
let me.
Not happening. Forget about it. Nope. You can't meet Tiff either because the two of you would be like a house on fire, and I'm not having it.
Which is such bullshit. And by the way, I'm going to say something about our Substack. Like we can see who's signing up for it, and I know some people who should be signing up for it that haven't signed up for it. So
Lucas.
like, sign the fuck up for it. Christine, have you showed your mother yet? Because you're gonna somebody's gonna have to get her signed up because I know she looks forward to our funny stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to help her out with that anyway.
I'm going to
You
have to
know
get
who
her an
you are.
email address. Mom,
You
we'll
know who
take care
you
of it.
are.
Yeah.
Set it
You
up.
guys, come on.
Get
The
on the
fuck?
Substack. If you don't know what Substack is, here's the thing. Go to google.com and type in Substack. Substack. Literally super easy, just like it sounds. Substack. Or just go to substack.com. You'll figure it out. Go there. Search Mental
Great.
Funny Bone. Subscribe. It's
You know
that.
who
It's that.
knows all about Substack? Chad, Claude,
Oh, yeah. Chad and Claude. Definitely.
Chad and Claude,
How
whatever
about
the.
my work? We now have our own AI.
Sure. Yeah, because you got to contain it. so it doesn't, feed your
Yeah,
stuff up into the Anthropic or
exactly.
wherever.
So now it's all of and you could choose the model that you want and you
Yeah.
could and I used it the other because it literally just came out. I used it the other day to ask a very specific company question and it gave me bunches of shit that I was like, my brain will literally be mush in a year. I
Right.
can't wait.
This
I
is
cannot wait to be like one of those people in the movie Wally, just being carted around with a slushie.
this is how we turn into food. I don't know what we're feeding, but this is how we end up in little pods just being food.
Like,
I'm here for it.
this is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's coming at the right time in my life because I don't know how many times I could say in one day, I am 47 years old and I don't want to fucking learn anything else.
But
Stop asking me if I want to advance. I don't. I just want to do the job that I have right now. And I don't want anything to be added to it. I don't want to learn anything new. And by the way, when I say that, what I mean is I can't, my brain is full. My brain is full. It won't
you
take
think
anymore. I
you think
can't.
it is?
I
I'm going to
can't.
pull us back to the concept of neuroplasticity.
Nope. No, not when it comes to my work. It's done. I'm done. When it comes to my work, I'm done. I'm drawing a line.
Also, imagine your dad navigating America Online at your age, like figuring out what that was. What is that noise?
Yeah.
He's like, with 28.8 or 56K, like, what kind of modem are we getting in this bitch?
Yeah.
Like, the
No.
concept of how things have changed in your father's lifetime is
God.
eye opening.
Insane.
Like, from Opie and whatever that show was with Andy Griffith to AI chatbots helping him open bank accounts, which we
Yeah.
probably need to start limiting their internet exposure.
Yeah. We're going to have to talk about containing our parents.
We're going to give him a little bit of guide rail.
And we have to talk about the containment of parents. Hey, I forgot. Why don't we do a little meditation?
Well, yeah. Yeah. How about a quick 5-minute?
Yeah, I like it. Let me assume the position.
All right. Let me put my microphone where it can hear the meditation. Hey, sibilance. Check, check. Where's YouTube? YouTube. Oh, there she is. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually mute myself so you can't
Good
hear me
morning, and
breathing.
welcome to this 5-minute energizing morning meditation. Find a comfortable seated position or lie down. Gently close your eyes and take a deep, invigorating breath in through your nose and exhale fully through your mouth, letting go of any sleepiness. Continue breathing calmly in and out through your nose, and let's begin by setting an intention for your day. Think of a positive affirmation or a word that resonates with you, something like joy, focus, or peace. Hold your intention in your mind. Now bring your attention to your breath. For a 3D breath, inhale and exhale deeply through your nose, so deep it's as if you were filling a balloon inside your abdomen. Feel your inhale inflate your belly, your chest, your ribs, and your back, and feel all of that deflate as you exhale. Inhaling and everything inflates at once, all together. Exhaling and everything deflates at once, all together. May arise, and as they do, acknowledge them without judgment, gently bringing your focus back to your breath and your intention. As you're breathing, let go of any lingering thoughts or worries from yesterday. This is a new beginning, a chance to start fresh. With each exhale, release the past, and each inhale, welcome the present. Imagine a warm golden light radiating from your heart center. This light represents your intention, your inner strength, and your resilience. With each breath, feel this light expanding, filling every corner of your body. Feel the energy pulsing in your body, tingling in your palms, warmth in your legs. And with the energy of your intention alive, begin to awaken your body. Take a final deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently open your eyes. Carry the energy and the intention that you cultivated, allowing it to guide you through your day today. Thank you for dedicating these moments to yourself. Have a wonderful and energizing day ahead.
Love that, and I can't wait, excuse me, to watch myself meditate because I feel
It's
like I
it's
definitely move.
fascinating. It's fascinating.
So
I did about 30 seconds of meditation, during which time I recognize that my inner voice today is a kindergarten class. Miss, 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 miss. Look at my miss. Guess what? Guess what? I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
So I am the kindergarten teacher of my life today. Thank
Oh, I
you.
like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
thoughts. Now, and what I said to the children was now, you thoughts go over there and sit down quietly, crisscross applesauce, and we'll have ourselves a good day.
Yeah.
I'm also Southern.
Apparently.
I mean, the kindergarten teacher who is my smart brain voice is a Southern kindergarten teacher.
She's sweet. She's sweet.
She's adorable. I love her.
She really is. She really is.
Now, yeah, that was a good one. I really like that one.
Yeah, I like that. I like setting an intention.
When I heard that part, I'm like, this really isn't so much of a mindfulness meditation, which is what we tend to do with our boys. And when I say our boys, I mean Dan Harris and the other guy, Jeff Warren.
Jeff Warren.
Do you think now that the thoughts are set free, the kindergarten kids want to know, do you think that me losing words every once in a while is a part of perimenopause and that the estrogen patch might help that? I will be very excited if that is the case.
You starting an estrogen patch?
Yes.
Are you? Okay, cool.
Yes. I had my virtual doctor's appointment where she said, "Can you just tell me where you are right now?" And I was like, "Pennsylvania?"
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I mean, it should. Like, brain fog is a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope.
It's
Let's
helped
hope
a little, like, I don't
we're going to
know.
be wrapping up this podcast a lot sooner if I can't remember the name of the author of the book we're reading.
I mean, you had it. You had it.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
took a little
I
while.
brain fog, I think I've just become accustomed to the brain fog since COVID. Like, and COVID brain fog just kind of went into the perimenopause brain fog. So
Interesting time to be alive.
it's kind of normal. And I think everyone around me is just used to me going,
What is it?
it's there. It's there. I can't. What's the word? Yeah, that's how it's gone. Will you tell us about the meditation teacher that you met?
Yes. So, what happens at these conferences is on the first day, there is often a welcome celebration, if you will, where there will be a large group. And when I say large, I mean thousands of people that do this. And this is the biggest conference that we have. So, there's a shit ton of people all over the place. And luckily for us, this was held outside, which is normally nice in Florida, but it was also like 40 degrees. And 40 degrees in Florida somehow feels way colder. I don't know how, and I don't know why. Humidity, there were a lot of theories going around. Um,
I mean, it's going to be 40 some degrees today, and I might put shorts and a tank top on.
right. Right. 50 degrees up here is definitely the boys are pulling out those cargo shorts from the 90s
Yeah.
and wearing their Nirvana t-shirts around. But in this case, everyone has on, and this party has a theme every year. Like last year, it was a Hawaiian luau. This year, it was opening ceremonies for the Olympics. So people are wearing some people get super into the theme, just like any group of people. There's like one guy dressed up in a full Swedish flag
Mhm.
thing. Like, there you are. There are also crazy ass US American style windbreakers. So picture Olympics 1988
Yeah.
when the girl got clubbed in the leg.
Yes. Nancy
Like picture
Kerrigan.
that style. Like the thing that she was wearing when she got clubbed in the leg.
Yeah.
I thought it was cosplay for a minute. I'm like, "Oh my god, is she Nancy Kerrigan?" Anyway, it's like that. We're milling around outside and there's little bars set up and there's a ton of them. So I'm standing at one of the bars and I see a guy, James, a different James that I know. And I was like, "James, how's it going? How are you?" He's like, "Great. Stop by the booth. I want to introduce you to these other people that work with me. I think there's some really good stuff that we can do together." And me being who I am, yes, of course, would love to. It turned out to be a good thing. But I see him later at the bar because when that wraps up, when people get cold, there's always a big influx of people to the fancy bar at the hotel. So it's packed. It's shoulder to shoulder with pharmaceutical people, sales bros, which are an interesting species to observe in the wild. And so we're tucked off in a corner, and James works for, it turns out, a Swedish company, and he is there with his two colleagues. The one dark-haired guy whose name I can't remember, and I really, really need to look up because I really enjoyed our conversation. And he is the meditation teacher. So James said, "I don't know if you know this because you haven't talked to Christine for more than 15 minutes, but she has a podcast." So this is my reputation now.
Yeah.
Like, she has a podcast. She's probably got business cards in her pocket. She'll hand you one. And then the next time you see her, she will quiz you on content. So, best be on your game.
Well done. Well done.
And he thought that was hilarious. He's like, well, what's your podcast about? And that pitch I can do in my normal voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right now we're super into mindfulness. We're really into meditation. We're reading Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics. And he's like, oh my God, Jeff Warren.
Haha. Yeah. You know.
And he's like, oh, tell me about your practice. And I'm like, well, I'm really not that great at it, but I think that's sort of the point. I'm like, one of the things I love about meditation is that kind of duality, right? Like, I'm terrible at it, which means I'm fantastic at it. Like, I'm quiet and I'm also amazingly noisy inside my head. And he's like, that's perfect. I teach meditation. So we yammered away about that. And then I saw him maybe like 6 or 7 times throughout the conference. And he's like, tell me more. Like, how long? How long do you? I'm like, 5 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. But I try to get like 5 minutes in a day. And he's like,
Wow.
that's
That's a lot.
brilliant. Brilliant.
I'm very
I'm like,
proud of you.
between meetings, I've stopped like picking up my phone and scrolling and just been like, all right, let's just turn around and we don't have to do anything big. We just have to breathe. Just
I
have to
love
breathe.
that.
And he's like, so, do you do guided when you do that? I'm like, no, I just breathe and I notice. I just breathe and notice. And he's like, so talk to me about consciousness. Like, where are you on your consciousness journey? And I was like, it's a little woo woo for me. And he's like, you're one of those. And I was like,
Yeah.
anyway,
I'm
like,
conscious all the time. Nobody's roofied me.
I'm awake. He's like, you're gonna get there. He's like, you've heard about it if you've been doing meditation. It's when you start to like the waking up app. So the dude that does the waking up app, he's like,
Yeah.
get yourself out of the idea that that consciousness lives inside of you. Get yourself out of the idea that thoughts only exist in your head. Like, thoughts exist everywhere all the time. They're in your pinky toe. They're all over the place. So consciousness is your ability to get outside of your body. And I'm like, cool. Does that help me? And this is what I'm thinking later after, as I'm sitting alone in my room, wondering why I can't sleep. Does that help me get that pause? Because the pause between thinking and acting is really what I'm going for. Like, I want that to be as big as possible. I want to be like, I want to eat that giant piece of pizza. And then I want somebody else in my brain to be like, yeah, but we should think about like maybe a few things. Thinking about consciousness and also the the openness of being able to be in this kind of environment, talk about breakthroughs in technology that we're using to create drugs, talk about breakthroughs in rare disease and gene therapy. And then on the other hand, be able to talk about where consciousness lives and have that all exist in the biggest conference in this industry is amazing to me. So, I mean, I think maybe there's hope for humanity when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. I like hope for humanity.
Yep. So that was my story. Just the fact that I would talk about it and then someone else would talk about it. And then, in this context of hard science, that we're still able to give value to these things is awesome. So that's what I got. What chapter did you get up to in the book?
The end of 2, but I kind of skimmed through 4, if that makes sense. Here's the thing that I've discovered. I need readers.
You're just talking about the estrogen patch and you're making the sad face because you have to wear tiny glasses like the rest of us.
Then I was like, fuck, I have readers. And that I had the LASIK so long ago that I need tiny little thin glasses to see far away. So then I was like picturing myself this morning. This is what my brain was doing this morning. I had the readers in my brain around my neck and then my regular glasses because I'll sit in the living room and I'll read, but I'll also watch TV like at the same time, like the TV's on and I'm reading and I'm like, and I hear something and I want to look at the TV and I'm thinking like, this is a lot.
You're doing
But
this
then I
thing.
need the other glasses on top of that to see the TV. So I
What?
can't just have little tiny glasses here. I need other glasses to see the TV
Why don't you just get bifocals? Like,
because they make me sick. I tried.
they only do it for a little bit. Like, you just have to power through it. You took Ozempic you're still taking Ozempic. That makes you sick too.
I don't take
But at least you'll
Ozempic
be able to see.
anymore.
You
I
took
take
Ozempic.
tirzepatide.
Right. Oh,
Different
I'm sorry.
doesn't make me as sick.
I didn't mean to miss GLP
Yes, get it right. I take it trazepatide compound to be specific.
mixed up by Fred the pharmacist in the back of an in the back of,
In South Beach.
oh my God. Yeah,
Yep.
get the, and they have like there's a very pretty blonde lady, very coiffed on Facebook who's
On
selling
Facebook,
me
who
the
has
readers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly. That's again in the shower, which that was my thought this morning. I was like, oh, I need to find that Facebook
I need
ad
to
for
find that
those
lady.
things. Yeah. And then I thought, well, Facebook knows, like, I don't even have to say shit out loud anymore. Facebook knows what I need. So I assume as soon as I open up Facebook this morning, she's going to
It'll
be
be
there.
right there.
And then I'll be able to look for those on Amazon for a reasonable price. Anyway, so I got through 2 and then I was like, I can't, like my eyeballs won't focus. Anyway, like I said, I kind of skimmed through 4, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think you can do these chapters independently.
I do have notes of
Excellent.
stuff. The one thing I have highlighted that I have opened up that I thought was cool was this is in chapter 2, which is I can't do this. I can't do this section. And Jeff Warren is interviewing Dan and his wife. And his wife is like not really a meditation person, but she has a little breakthrough. The statement she makes is, so the point is to know that people can be experienced and still be imperfect. And that's a very useful bit of knowledge.
Say it again.
Because again, we all think that we're doing it wrong. And then we're like, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to do it. If I'm not doing it right, like if I can't be good at it, like, I can't snowboard. So I refuse to fucking ever be around a snowboard again. That's not the point of it. So like Bianca says, the point is to know that people can be experienced and still be imperfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the duality, right? It's the I suck at this, but I'm great at this.
And that's what, like, I think you bringing up the duality was at our last one. Now, like everything I read, I'm like, there it is. There it
That's
is.
it.
There it is. There it is.
I think it's one of the things that makes it hard. People generally like things that are linear. Like if I lift heavy weights, I will get big muscles. If
Mhm.
I do the meditation, I will get the longer pause, right? Like there's a definite line. But like when you're lifting the weights, it's all about form. Like you will get bigger muscles faster if you do it the right way. And there's a right way to lift weights, right? One where you don't hurt your back or one where there's a reason that Olympic lifts have a specific form, but this is not that. Like meditation has some parallels to the gym, but it isn't that. Like in some ways, it's so much easier because you're not constricted by doing it perfectly. Like you don't have to. You can do 6 5-minute sessions and get a half an hour of meditation in a day. Like that works and that will give
Mhm.
you the end result. But it doesn't feel like it because kind of what we cling to is I'm doing it right. So if I'm doing it right, I can expect good things. This is I'm doing it so I can expect good things. Do you know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
wonder,
And that's
now my
go ahead.
little scientific brain is wondering if I do the meditations in a way that feels like I'm doing it right. I wonder if I get better results. And I'm going to guess maybe, but
Well, that's one of the things
what's
I have.
better?
A part of my notes is talking about the harder you try to do it right, the more frustrating it actually gets.
This
And
is true.
here's your duality: effortless matters more than effort. Like, or maybe that's not duality, but you get what I'm saying. Like, because we think that we have to put so much effort into it to do it right. Like, we have to be honing in and perfect. And
Right.
the more
You have
effort
to
we put into it, sometimes the worse it gets.
I think at the beginning, one of the things that I realized I was doing while meditating was actively blocking the thoughts. Like, I
Hmm.
was like, no, like locking it down and focusing so hard on the tip of my nose that there was no possibility of having any thoughts. And I'm like, it took a lot of effort and it made me feel like shit. And there was no opportunity for me to do the thing that really helps you, which is to recognize a thought and
The
let it go.
awareness.
Like
Yeah.
when Dan Harris is like the whole idea isn't to clear your mind. Like that is sort of an epiphany. And when you realize that you're clenching your ass cheeks so tightly
Yeah.
because you're trying to do it right.
So right. Because you just want to be right. And most often that the less effort that you put into it,
Mhm.
the more awareness you realize. Because, like exactly what you just said, you're not blocking things out because it takes so much more effort to block it out than to let it in, be aware of it, notice it, move on. And that's the point of it. So, the less effort that you're giving to that wall, the more things are
Yeah.
coming in, you're being aware of them, you're moving on from them. And
Yeah.
I had a hard time with the judgment free. Like, I had a hard time, like, I still sometimes hear it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what am I judging? What are you talking about? But at least to me now, like I see that as okay, it's judgment, like don't judge, just have the thought and move on. Like the judgment part of it is trying to figure out why you're having that thought and what that thought actually really means and like the deep seated meaning of something. Whereas that's not what we're doing. That's the judgment that we have to leave to the
Mhm.
side per se. So I still like that is something that I've struggled with, like understanding really what the judgment part is,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. And excuse me, pardon my little burp. Since I'm in an Olympic state of mind, what I'm thinking about is Tara and Johnny talking about ice skating. Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
two of my favorite
Absolutely.
people in all of athletics, talking about how the one guy is just a naturally stiff skater, and when he like he didn't throw down his best performance because the stage, he's thinking about it, he's all tight, and he's a naturally stiff skater, so these two things did not serve him very well on this particular day is what Johnny said. And
Okay.
the thinking about trying to do downhill skiing when you're all those commentators are like, you get your best performance when you're able to control your movements but go with the flow of the mountain. And I was like, if there's a better metaphor for what we are trying to do here, and
Yeah.
it's so hard to like unclench your ass, especially.
Unclitching of the asshole is difficult.
It's also the name of this episode now.
Right.
I love it so much. Showed somebody the podcast, and I was like, just read the episode names and that'll give you kind of a flavor.
Yeah.
He's like, why is dick so frequent in this? And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
That is, there you are. There you are. Anyway, so yeah, the meditation is all about like having the discipline to do it and having the wherewithal to be like, okay, unclench your butt, recognize your little kindergartner class of thoughts and be like,
mhm.
now, y'all, why don't you go over there and have the seat and we'll do chair time in a minute.
Right quick.
Right quick. Oh, bless your heart. Off you go. There's some banana pudding over there for you.
Ooh, banana pudding
So good. So good.
with Nilla
Banana,
wafers.
yeah, and whipped cream and some kind of combination of real bananas.
God, I need to make that, I think. Whatever that's called, I think I need to make it.
Quick shout out to Reading Market in Philadelphia for being a simultaneously horrifically crowded experience full of hideous noises and
Wow.
also having delicious foods. Thank you.
The delicious foods typically make up for that.
A little stall in Reading Market that just served pudding, banana pudding, pistachio pudding. I was already
Why does
full by the time I
pistachio
found it
why does pistachio pudding make me think of old people?
because it's green and that's what you feed them in the home. Nita's looking forward to it. Nita, pistachio pudding. You're going to love it. That's what it is. It's not lime. It looks like lime,
That's
but it's pistachio.
fantastic. Hey, by the way, I think that after Owen's done with school and Liv's done with her school, that we should all find things to do out in Arizona
Hell yeah.
and take our parents out there and just go. Because I've 100% had enough of this fucking place.
My God. Like when I say that it was cold in Florida, I don't mean I was a bit chilly in my sweater. I mean, I spent $80 on a zip up hoodie that I don't like because I was going to freeze to death. I
Yeah.
did get
It's
adorable little Marie socks though. You know, Marie, the cat, the lady that loves the cats and names them. And one of them is Toulouse and one is Marie. They're French.
Marie.
She loves
Marie.
Marie. She's a little princess. I can't do it because I can't roll my R's, which is why I can't speak a foreign language. God bless you, Bad Bunny, because you can roll those R's like crazy.
How
Anyway,
like I'm in love with him now, by the way.
I thought he was a weirdo up until Sunday, and now I'm like, Peace, brother. So, more about the book. So,
Yes.
not so much observations about what I'm reading. I think this is the best book about the fundamentals of meditation. And I think that is kind of what we're talking about. If you can get those fundamentals down, like here's what is supposed to be happening. Here's what you're supposed to be focusing on. And here is how the basics, which is what Jeff Warren brings to the table. Dan Harris brings like a shade of humor and a totally clinched ass.
Yeah.
So tight. So tight. And then Jeff is doing all of these like playful meditations, which I can't get into yet because then everything just runs free. Like everything,
Yeah.
like it's an unclenching like no other. And then I'm like, all right, all right, all right, all right. You
We
guys
gotta
have
rein
gone
it in. We gotta
crazy.
clench up a little bit.
Where's my breath? Where's my breath? I don't want to clinch, but I also want to be like, hey, kindergartners, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. We can't have this chaos. It is fantastic at explaining how these meditations happen. And I think it's like a good segue into how to kind of do your own meditation where you don't need that guided piece. Like
Yeah.
the hot takes or the tips or tricks or whatever it is that's at the end.
Like the little cheat sheets.
Yes, that's it. The little cheat sheets are amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, yeah, cheat sheet, got it. That's the breakdown of what you're yammering about while I'm trying to meditate. Got it.
Right.
And
Yeah, I definitely,
these
as we've said it before, like this is the book you need to get if you're on the
spectrum.
that
No,
too, on the fence about meditation and thinking you might want to give it a shot.
this is it.
Uh,
This is the book. I highly
I think
recommend.
this is the way to go. And are we wrapping up? Is that what you were going for?
No, I was talking
Okay,
about how I was
go ahead.
meditating on the plane. Like, it turns out that an airplane is a fantastic place to meditate.
After you said that yesterday, I thought about that.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm sitting there on the plane. I got my headphones on. It doesn't matter if I close my eyes because no one, if you want to talk about a place where no one is paying attention to you, it is an airplane.
Yep.
Like, I am doing the best I can to ignore the person next to me. Hardcore ignore.
Yeah.
Unless they have their laptop open and I can see what they're researching and it's like Ebola virus. Then I'm like, I should pay attention to this guy because shit, man.
Typically, I just fall asleep. So maybe
Mhm.
meditation wouldn't be great, but I feel like it would at least. Yeah, I was thinking about it after you mentioned that the other day, and I do believe that that is a great place to meditate.
It's fantastic. Like, I did like 3 20-minute meditations
Hmm.
while I was on the one flight. Like, I just meditate, then I'd play a game on my phone, and I would meditate, then I'd play a game on my phone, then I
I
would
mean,
look
I
around.
listen to my playlist for the airplane is typically meditation music.
Just
It's
sound bowls.
it's calm and relaxing, that's what it is. It came on in the car one time and Owen was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh, that's how I pass out on the plane."
Right, sorry.
Yeah, that's how I get
All right.
sleepy.
Other thoughts on the book, and do we have a goal for next week on how much of the book that we wanna read?
Well, that's what I was that's another thing I was thinking about is that we haven't really been very strict on exactly what we're reading and talking about. And so I kind of feel like we've been a little bit all over the place and not probably as
As we're
focused as we need to be.
as we're
So maybe we need to chat about that. And next week, because my next section of notes here is talking more about the body than what's in your head and focusing more on your body. Like, of course, that comes with breath because the breathing is always a huge part of meditation, but talking a little bit more about the sensations in your body and how you can use those as well as your breath. Like, it just doesn't have to be all about your breath.
Yeah, I'm in. I think I am. Let me look and see where I got up to. Because what I did was just listen to the book and then do the meditations as they came up, and then I would pause and just do some meditations. What am I looking up? Audible, 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 audible. Come on, meditation for skidgy pheptics,
Yes.
which that's not a it's not a thing. Where are my chapters? Yeah, I am at the end of chapter 6. So I'm not sure how many chapters are left. What are you writing? I can hear you writing.
I'm writing notes so we could actually do what we say we're going to do. Cuz I'm not sure we do that all that often either.
So you just finished chapter 2. Why don't you summarize can you do chapter 3 next week, do you think?
Yeah.
So if you summarize chapter 3, I'll talk to you about chapter 4. I'll give you a preview, and then we can talk about the things in there, and we can start looking ahead because my ADD has already finished this book in its head. So if you give me something to look forward to, then it's easier for me to get to finish this up. Do you know what I mean?
So what book do you want to do next?
I don't know. I want to think about it this week, and we can talk about it next week if that's okay. But
Sounds
I
good.
I want to I want to stick with meditation and maybe take it in a slightly more sciencey direction, but I don't want to linger on the next book because I like the interactiveness of this book, and a sciencey book isn't going to have the same thing. So maybe we just do a sciencey neurodharma kind of thing, and I will endeavor to sum that up for everybody instead of maybe focusing on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we could figure it out.
Okay. Awesome. That's it. That's all I have.
Okie dokie. Then we can go ahead and wrap her up for today.
So it's the stop button, not the leave button.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Love
going to push
you.
it.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.